If you grew up in a dysfunctional home with parents who frequently had out of control emotions, or you had a romantic relationship with somebody who frequently was not in control of their emotions, then there's something that you most likely do in your current relationships that's causing you a lot of problems that you're almost certainly not aware of. And so I want to tell you what you are doing so you can become aware of that pattern and start to work to change it. The thing that you are almost certainly doing is that you are subconsciously expecting people to have extreme reactions to mild, not extreme situations. And because of this, you are constantly afraid that you making small, minor mistakes will cause other people to be set off in big, catastrophic ways. For instance, maybe you're going to be 5 minutes late to meet with a friend. That's really not a big deal, but you are terrified that your friend is going to yell at you, or they're going to hate you, or they're not going to want to be your friend anymore. They're going to be really sad. You're going to ruin their whole day. This very small thing, being 5 minutes late, you're afraid that it's going to cause a gigantic reaction. And before I explain why you feel that way and what to do about it, I just want to mention that I'm a psychologist. I make a lot of content that helps you improve your relationships, improve your life. And so if that's interesting to you, then please like, follow, all of that stuff. The reason why you expect people to have extreme reactions to non extreme situations is because you had a lot of experiences around folks who are very psychologically unhealthy. If you grew up in a dysfunctional home and your parents are psychologically unhealthy, that's kind of your reality. You just kind of have to manage around it because you're stuck there. You're a kid. You can't just go out and get new parents. And so their psychological unhealthiness becomes your model for the world. But psychologically healthy people do not have extreme reactions to typical situations. They have typical reactions to typical situations. Instead of screaming at you for being 5 minutes late, they might be mildly disappointed, which is fine. And here's the important thing. As an adult, you are not trapped in any particular relationship. And so if somebody is really psychologically unhealthy, if they are going to have extreme reactions to non-extreme things, you don't have to have that person in your life. You don't have to spend time with them. And so you don't have to be afraid of being trapped with that reaction in the way that you were in your past. So the next time that you are afraid that you're going to do something that will really set the other person off, you can say, would that be an extreme reaction to this kind of situation? And if so, do I want to have somebody who's going to have that kind of extreme reaction in my life? The answer is no. You deserve people who are psychologically healthy, who are not going to freak out at you over making ordinary human mistakes, and there's lots of those people out there, and you can find them. So the next time you're afraid that somebody is going to respond in an extreme way to something that's not an extreme situation, just remember, if they are a healthy person, they're not going to respond that way, and if they're not a healthy person, then you don't need them in your life.